Hello and welcome to Camp Xbpox. The Halo franchise is one of the largest in gaming, encompassing not only numerous games but also other media such as books and TV shows. Yet many might forget that in its long list of entries, there are a few gaming oddities in the mix. From the Spartan Assault games to today's game, Halo Fireteam Raven. I recently went to my local arcade and paid hard-earned money to review this one. It's my first Halo review on the channel, and why not start off with the weirdest entry I could pick. Really quickly, I'd like to thank my YouTube channel members for their support, and let's go ahead and hop into this one. The year is 2012 and Halo 4 has been released. 343 Industries has taken over the insanely popular Halo franchise and launched a brand new one. It was a sales hit for the team, and it was at this time that Raw Thrills approached them, an arcade cabinet developer that had produced many games seen across arcades everywhere. I will always think about the Fast and Furious game where you could type in your number code from them. Raw Thrills, alongside Play Mechanic, wanted to develop a Halo arcade cabinet. 343 was interested, but they went through a lot of concepts and plot development to get it off the ground. The idea would be greenlit sometime in 2015 with Raw Thrills taking over. The idea would be ambitious and would require millions of dollars to implement. 343 worked closely with Raw Thrills to ensure the game was accurate to Halo and developed a good plot. You can play any character as part of the ODS team Fireteam Raven and follow the plot of the first game, mixing in some nostalgia and a new perspective. 343 would give the team assets and help develop art for the team. The concept wouldn't be revealed till May of 2008, and that was right before its rollout. They tested it first on June 16, 2018 in Rosemont, Illinois, and then rolled it out across Dave & Buster's on July 10, 2018. By August, it was available in some form at every Dave & Buster's in America, with multiple versions, a 2-player and 4-player stand-up version, and a 2-player and a 4-player sit-down version. I personally had seen this before at a few arcade visits, and I always wanted to try it. I knew I was going to visit a Dave & Buster's soon, and I thought it was time to give it a shot. Just to make sure I could get in on it alone, I went right at opening, strapped myself up with a new chest strap to hold my phone, and I loaded up my card and played through it. I was playing the 4-player sit-down Super Deluxe arcade machine for this review. I've never reviewed an arcade game before like this, but let's give it a shot. It feels odd to talk about plot for a while in an arcade game, but this is one of the most intriguing elements of this game. Fireteam Raven is a team of 4 orbital drop shock troopers that defend the Pillar of Autumn from the first Halo game. You then follow the plot closely of the original game with some notable exceptions, but noticeable locations. You visit the areas of Assault the Control Room, and you roll up to the desert area where the Pillar of Autumn sits abandoned. You will defend new places like a base and other elements, but the best moments are those callbacks. At one point, you're shooting Covenant, and in hops Master Chief in his original Spartan suit, and it's so much fun. It's pulling on nostalgic heartstrings, but judging by its Dave & Buster's location, I'm not asking for a nuanced plot. I want something fun, and I want it to bring back memories of playing the original. Setting it in Combat Evolved helps bring it together, and it's fun to revisit these old locations with a great graphical update. There's cutscenes as well as voice lines in between. These primarily consist of informing you about the weapons you have and where you'll be. Sometimes AI will tell you who to fight, but that's about it. There is an overarching plot here though. Something about the thoughtful plotline and fully voiced story that moves everything forward helped make this more memorable than I was expecting. Fireteam Raven is a straightforward on-rail shooter. You sit in your seat and shoot. You move through locations at varying speeds using the weapons of Halo or vehicles from Halo. You have your little machine gun and you shoot. When you run out of ammo, you hit a reload button and you move on. You shoot waves of Covenant as they come out. You go to the mini levels of the game and they all connect to each other, and it follows the timeline of the original Halo. There are no gimmicks here, it's all shooting, and I don't see that as a bad thing. The controls on the gun are well designed and responded responded smoothly to all my movements. The shooting works like Halo, where enemies won't die instantly, and you need to break shields and get a bunch of hits on enemies. It's set up where you move a bit, shoot incoming Covenant, and then you move on. Sometimes you might be on a vehicle and you have unlimited ammo and you shoot down other vehicles. Both ways, it's simple and fun. It's something you've played before that has a sleekness and speed to it that makes it entertaining. I especially like the sections where you get to blow up ships and the Covenant inside. Just on pure entertainment alone, it's fun. Funny enough though, I was surprised by the ease of this game. I had to pay up at least 10 times and it was on half credit day, so I did spend under $25 to get through this with plenty to spare. If you were casually going to an arcade, this might be a lot, but for someone who was there just to play this one thing, it felt fine. I only died around 10 times, and this is around a 45-minute experience. The way the game is structured is that all 4 sections of the screen will generally have a Covenant attacking you. The one on your section of your screen will only hurt you, and the AI for the other ODSTs will attack their section. You just focus in on your part and you take minimal damage. This adds up over time and you will need to use continues, but generally this game is a breeze to run through. My pockets are happy because of this, but it does make it feel like a bit of a cakewalk, and I felt like as a game on its own, I'd like a little more difficulty. I also would have liked a bit more flair with each ODST member. Each one plays exactly the same, and they all get the same weapons in each section. A little variety could have gone a long way to make every seat a bit more different in this cabinet. Though I do love that they include all of the classic weapons here. You use the Needler, rocket launcher, plasma gun, and more, which I think helps make this a bit more interesting of an on-rail shooter. The plasma gun uses charges, whereas the Needler requires reloading more frequently. I really enjoyed these moments, and it brings the Halo feeling into the game. This game also features grenades, but they are scarce. It's an explosive shot, basically, and I feel these were really underutilized, even though you do get a plasma grenade at some point, which is fun. So from a gameplay standpoint, it's enjoyable, but maybe a bit too easy. I also found it to be pretty simple, so maybe something could have been included to spruce it up. But on its own, it's at least entertaining, and that is what's king in an arcade game. Audio is the most challenging part to discuss here because I played this in a very loud Dave & Buster's. I can't play much of the audio here because it's mostly sounds from the arcade. From what I could tell, the gunshots are accurate and the sound was well done, and there was a lot of voice acting. And from what I caught, it sounded great. Higher quality than what you would expect from something like this. The music, when I could hear it, seemed like it was all cut from other Halo games, which is always great. And you know what? I looked it up and most of it was from Halo 5, which is the Halo game that I'm least familiar with. But it sounded good. This is a somewhat disappointing aspect of this review because I couldn't fully appreciate the audio, but from what I heard, it sounded well enough. Though the graphics here are top notch, the monitors are clean, and the colors and all of the characters are well designed. There's some seriously impressive stuff going on with this cabinet, and small touches like the lighting in certain areas are much appreciated. I mainly enjoyed that the original Halo levels are replicated so well. All the locations are familiar, but have a nice shine to them, and it makes it feel like a remaster. It's all slightly cartoony, but has a nice fidelity to it. All of the effects for guns and bullets come through nicely, and it makes for a solid looking arcade game. I'd like to take a moment to discuss how well designed the cabinet is. It's all built with an interior, allowing for a dark mood inside. All of the seats were comfortable, and the interior had many symbols and marquees, elements like huge signs telling you what team members you currently are, or little call signs scattered all around. An employee was cleaning this area before I arrived, so it might just be well maintained at this location. However, there was hardly any wear and tear here. All of the guns were easy to control, and I thought it was a nifty space. Throw in some great designs on the outside along with a nice little sign, and you have an eye-catching arcade cabinet. You can tell a lot of thought and love was shown for this arcade cabinet, and the sign on it was really cool. There's also a place on every seat to connect to your Xbox Live account. Unfortunately, I could not get this working, but it's another nice feature to the experience. It all comes together to make for a well-designed arcade cabinet. Halo Fireteam Raven is a good time at the arcade. It's not going to rank up high in the Halo rankings list, but I'm surprised to say this, I wouldn't put it at the bottom. It does what it sets out to do, and it's a fun little shooter. It might have slight issues, but the core is entertaining. You can also tell care was put into this release with a great cabinet, solid graphics, and a nostalgic connection to the original game. I had a good time with this one, and I wouldn't say rush out to play it, but if you do see it, you definitely have a fun way to spend a few bucks. Fireteam Raven still resides in many arcades and can be found in various locations. There's not a lot of reviews for this one, but IGN would give it a 7.3, stating that it was a great spectacle, but the pay-to-play ratio was a bit too high. GameSpot gave it a scoreless review, but did really enjoy it, saying that it was faithful and fun. I was still at Dave & Buster's after I played it, and I saw people using it after I left. It usually has a lot of users, so it seems to have some popularity, although the game has not seen a home console port and has remained in arcades, and I wonder if they would ever consider releasing it on consoles. Although I felt good about it, on Backlog, this game holds a low 2.8 average with over 400 plays. Some did enjoy it, but others felt it was weak. Though I was a bit sad when I read through some of the reviews, and some people said this was their first and only Halo game. However, those people seem to be the ones that were mostly positive about it. Well, that's it for the review today, but I will say that this was one of the more fun videos I made. Actually going in and recording in person, playing an arcade game was an experience, and I hope you all enjoyed something very different. If you did enjoy, please leave a like, it really helps me out in the algorithm. Subscribe to keep up with more Xbox content. Comment below if you've ever played this game, how it looked to you, I'd love to hear from you. And I want to give a huge shout out to my YouTube channel members. Thank you so much for your support, you really help out the channel, and I'll see you here next time at Camp Xbpox.